Greetings, everyone. Please give me a moment to make sure. Give me a moment to make sure everything's set on up. Like Rumble is going, YouTube is going, Twitter is going, Kick is going, Twitch is going. Looks like everything's booted on up. Give me another moment to turn on my live chat window. And the macros, of course. Macros turned on. Live chat windows booting on up. All that's online. And looks like everything should be good to go. Give me another moment to check my other computer. And, actually I'm having a black screen on my OBS, so what's going on? Wait, what's going on? Play capture. Alright, wait, now it's... Okay, boot it up. There we go. I literally did nothing. I was just mousing through stuff and then it starts coming online. Well, good thing I got that sorted out before I lost attention, but do need to close out the preview. Take another look, make sure boot's back up on my other screen on the stream preview. Yep, looks like it's booting up. Good thing I got that sorted up before I got actually get started. Because I would definitely miss that. I have on my OBS disable preview. Disabling preview tends to help out with some frame rate issues, just consumes less resource. And seeing how computers 2 is still quite unoptimized, and they of course made it 64-bit, but it's not really 64-bit. Just small things that may cause issues, say the least. But hopefully this is a good game. Need to put this drink on my other hand. There we go. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the south side as the blue OKW forces. We got Roki. Spawn on the north side as the red British forces. We got Lay, Crooks, Day, Roy. I think. All I know is Crooks was one of the sub-commander names in Supreme Commander 2, or Supreme Commander 1, Forge Alliance, in the final campaign, which was like St. Crooks. Oh, I'm mistaken about it though. We do now have a double Schumpine opener for the OKW player who's going for Luftwaffe ground forces. Maybe I'm from some sort of Volksgrenadier skip. It does have Volksgrenadier bulletins ×2 and a Schumpioneer build faster bulletin. When seeing they do build a slower version of Wire, which is also a better version of it. It does take a bit extra time, so that can be quite nice. We do have Volksgrenadiers now in the build queue. Capture that point. 2 infantry section to Royal Engineers. Need an eye for the Lend-Lease Assault Regiment, the Vanguard Operations Regiment, and the Mobile Assault Regiment. SWS half track on the build queue. New section does take a bit of damage there. Could eye a bit of heavy cover there. Howdy. Lay, Crooks, Day, Roy, the Cross of the King. Got it. Thank you. I can't speak foreign, nor can I really read it. All that I recognize the name, like I said, is from Supreme Commander. And that's probably not a good source of information. Because that's also where probably where the origin of Show Me the Way actually came from. Yes, I play Supreme Commander 1. It's a good game. good spiritual successor, and also same creators from Total Annihilation. Do now the Shroom Pioneers took a severe amount of damage there. We do have the recovery, or the Royal Engineers, taking a bit of damage there from the Volks. Intersection engaged at long range, and which allowed the intersection to get a lot of free shots there, but they're starting to get flanked by the Shroom Pioneers. Very good. Most Canadians could try closing distance. Those can go for the Royal Engineer. He may actually get it. Does get it. Nice early pick there, but somehow the reason he has 2 more Royal Engineers already on the field. Why did he have 3 Royal Engineers? No, seriously, why would you have 3 Royal Engineers? At least this early. Sure, I could see something fun with like heavy sappers, and then going like for a double Bren or double Vickers with them, but going for a replacement 3rd Royal Engineer. This map's pretty wide open. It's not really a map meant for close range quarters combat units. The Canadian player is delaying out additional squads, which could allow the Royal Engineers to get some good capping pressure, to say the least. Probably a good idea to go for the 5-man squad relatively soon as well. He has not gotten into his even tier 1 build. And over here for the Battle Group HQ, we do have the Medics Research, very good, and the Mechanized Battle Group Support being researched as well. Good idea to go for Medics if we are Shroom Pioneer, double Shroom Pioneer. Overall, go for MG34. Probably gonna try to stall out for some Volkssturm Jaegers. Supreme Commander 1 and its expansion Forged Alliance are incredibly good games. Though, before the expansion, it's a little bit harder to use than the what's it called? The standalone expansion Forged Alliance actually did improve a lot of quality of life issues. And also, you should be able to pick it up for cheap. It's also like it's early Xbox 360. It was also had an early Xbox 360 release. I didn't think it performed all too well because any sort of a Total Annihilation successor will have trouble on the console. Then you got Supreme Command 2, which toned down everything and was not that great. Like a lot of RTSs. Supreme Commander 2 came out roughly the same time as Command & Conquer 4 and StarCraft 2. Guess who won between those 3 games? Yeah, Supreme Commander 2 won, or StarCraft 2 won by a long shot in that war. Because Command & Conquer 4 and Supreme Commander 2 was not even proper contestants. Not sure what exploded there. I heard some sort of explosion. Maybe there's some sort of demolition charges got planted somewhere by the Royal Sappers, the destroyed cover. Shroom Pioneers getting ripped apart. They're very vulnerable on the advance. Another Shroom Pioneer back here. This one's falling back. This one's also somewhat soft retreating away, but still taking a bit of fire there. Other ones are chasing the bird a little bit. Volkssturm is falling back. He's just lacking infantry second squad. He's saving the Volkssturm Makers. He's trying to stall it out. But at this point in time, the best way to stall it out is letting your own units die since he's having trouble winning. Very large number of these guys here. They seem all pretty wounded. He does have a 5-man squad, so that's why they all seem wounded. They need an extra man.
We're losing a capture point.
What? A 4th Royal Engineer? Why?
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Well, the British player is planning something, and I am trouble comprehending it. I would understand if there were, say, Brens upon the squad, since the Royal Engineers are pretty good weapon carrier to go along with heavy engineers. But, yep, does lose another squad there.
The enemy have destroyed an engineer.
He has some sort of plan, but it looks like there be a poorly executed plan so far, since he already have 2 squad wipes, going for a 3rd or 5th Royal Engineer. Got these squads push way forward. Got this Shroom Pioneer push way forward. This guy is wounded and also missing a man. Yeah, he's already also lost. Yeah, he's lost 2 squads, so this is. He's lost a lot.
Units ready for action.
He has some sort of plan, like I said, but it's a poorly executed plan so far. 5-man squad upgrade. None of these will give him the Vickers upgrade. He's eyeing for some sort of meta. When it comes to 1v1 games, or when it comes to searching for games live lobby, it is sort of based on ranking. So this was top ranked ranking players in currently the 1v1 lobby. So, or at least most highly rated game. I can't tell you if it's going to be a good or bad game. It's definitely a questionable game so far. Okada player is going a little bit off meta with a delay to focus on Fulci Meagers. And he has reached that point, and it should start paying dividends, particularly against this composition. He has back to the 4 sappers. Shumpire's a little bit outnumbered. But this long range, that should do reasonably well. Though, it looks like the Shumpire's actually getting flanked and getting picked a little bit. It is flanking a little bit. Makers here. Of course, they don't have the upgrades just yet, but they still have 2 FG-42s, so it's still pretty good, and they still have access to bundle grenades, and soon to be heavy cover, but taking a lot of damage there. He's just been getting outnumbered. Second Maker squad being para-dropped on in. Bundle grenade summoned. Does force him back there. MT-34 pins down the sapper. Very nice. Maker starting to fall back. This Maker is in the mix of everything. Needs to probably stick around capturing out the VP, but also capture the fuel point. It's also probably a good idea. Unit sitting over here. MG-34 does get flanked and decides to fall back nice and early. The Okada player has enough fuel for sheer transporters and Panzer authorization, so probably should go for that sooner rather than later. Help him lock down a good amount of sectors, and he probably should be aware his opponent's going for something weird. You've seen too many Royal Sappers, Royal Engineers, to be fighting as a normal player, so the sheer transporters can lock down a good portion of the map if he needs to, perhaps the fuel sector. Blow it right around here to help cover these sectors. With a bit of a line of sight block to help him out. Good idea to eye for a stun grenade relatively soon. He's going to receive a Mills bomb. So Mills bomb is something I was not expecting. With a sapper focused composition. Probably gonna go for Vanguard operations? Even then, with mouse, I have no idea. I'm just going to say I have no idea what the British player is going to eye. He's probably not going to be eyeing the Royal Recovery Sapper. He's probably not going to eye the Mortar, the Commandos. Can't really afford Commandos. Too many Sappers in the field for that. Potential bundle grenade. Close range bundle grenade. Or just get overran. At least it briefly vomit there. Intersection behind some good heavy cover. M10's just generally not really useful. The M5 half track is very situational, but still not really useful. Strafe support's the only thing he can probably use in this doctrine. Logistics glider could give him forward HQ, which can be very nice. Crocodile's always quite reasonable, but I still prefer regular Churchills. Strafe support's also quite good. Vehicle Couriers radio operation are also a lot of usable abilities here. Recovery Sapper's not going to be useful, Mortar's probably not going to be useful, Infiltration Commando's not going to be useful, Vehicle Crew Repairs can be occasionally useful, and Land Matches can be useful. We've got now another Royal Engineers falls on back, third Fallschirm Jägers at this point in time, very good selection. Probably should go for the Sheer Transporter sooner rather than later. By the time it gets deployed on the field and set on up, he may have enough fuel for a Panzer IV. When the intersections account for pyrotechnics, that's quite understandable actually. Finds a landmine. Artillery barrage being brought in. We have now the fortune makers over here. Right now there is double capture in favor of the OKW player. Soon to be triple capture. 460 versus 343, which is cubic root of something. Can't remember what it was. Wasn't it the cubic root of 7? I want to say it's a cubic root of 7. I don't know my cubic roots all that well. Do now the fortune makers engaging the Royal Engineers. Panzer trucks? No. Bad idea to go for Panzer trucks right now. He's not going to be fighting against any light vehicles or any vehicles at this moment. So those Panzer trucks are a complete waste. MG34 falling back. We do have now the sheer transporters being set up right there as I was expecting. Does not have to worry about any demolition charge. The SMGs at close range can still do some good damage there. The MG34 probably a good idea to be sacked in order to save the sheer panzer quarters. You can see here it's taking a bit of damage, though then again my face is covering it up. Focus down a little bit there, does get fully built. Retreats back. Didn't have to retreat back immediately. Could have played around behind the garrison. The sheer panzer quarters gun can't fire just yet. Panzer's authorization has not been authorized. Some more artillery being brought in right here. Or right around here again. But of course the base artillery is basically a very powerful, prolonged incendiary grenade, seeing how tight the scouter is. Howdy. Fortune makers and Volksgrenadiers straight forward. Fortune makers heading to this sector there. We do have a British landmine. Let's declare that land as mined. Cromwell on the build queue. Oh, good landmine there. Gets 2 squads. 3 models. Okay, player almost enough fuel for a Panzer IV. Manpower is a bigger issue at this moment. Multiple FG-42s being deployed in the field. FG-42s will greatly improve the capability when fighting against these sappers. This should still probably eye for STGs on the Volks. It'll help out versus sappers as well. MG-34s has a tide of Tommies in front of him. He does not want T. Fun fact: the United Kingdom is only the 3rd largest consumer of tea per capita. Somehow. Cromwell now deployed in the field. Here comes Cromwell. He can throw some fragile smoke to cover himself. Falls back. Of course, that is a British landmine. No Volcano warfare on the field. He does have, of course, double Panzer Shrek. Sheer Panzer Quarter Panzer authorization has been authorized. Panzer IV just was available and immediately got queued up. And we do have now 6 pound on the build queue. He knows what the Sheer Panzer Quarters. He could try tingling with it. And maybe let the Power Tech Squad push forward and bring in some, throw a flare on top of it. And ever so slight, number 2 greater than United Kingdom when it comes to tea consumption is Ireland. By a very small margin. But then, the number 1 country has, consumes, 50% more tea. Something like absurdly more tea. And that would be Turkey. Of all places. Then again, they are, of course, was originally the center of the spice trade, or Silk Road. Not spice trade. Panzer does connect on the Cromwell. It's I think of United Kingdom's 2.2 kilograms per capita per person per year. Ireland's 2.4, and then the Turkish are 3.2 kilograms per person per capita per year. Ooh, great crush there. Does force him back. Panzer's more soft counter than a hard counter versus these vehicles. Rolls another miss there. Panzer IV now pulling the field, not being upgraded with Pinto Mount just yet. Brings in the gray color scheme, an excellent color scheme.
machine gun crew.
Actually, no, that's more of a blue. It has like the, it could be design. I actually can't remember. Oh well. Mills bomb does splash the Fallschirmjägers. Cromwell reversing around. Only has take 1 Panzer shot, so can still withstand 3 Panzer IV shots. A 6 pounder is here. Just out of range though. Panzer IV backing on off, Carmel not engaging, Panzer IV more likely to win the duel between the two, either way. The Ukrainian player has almost enough fuel for another Panzer IV, probably a good idea. MG does get flanked, throws a pyrotechnic flare onto it, and immediately falls back. Oh no, that's a fragmentation grenade. Boy, that MG could use some medical supplies, but that's not going to be really possible. Cromwell reversing on in and rotating around. Sandbags destroyed. I thought I heard a frag grenade somewhere. Could be another one of these short cover abilities. He might be eyeing for something there. He's actually trying to destroy some of the cover there. He may be eyeing for a 70 pounder in that region. Not sure. So it's not selected doctrine. I'm of course more leaning towards Vanguard Operations Regiment. Drum Pioneers do fall back. There's that landmine. Yep, gets another 3 more Fallschirmjäger models. Destroys some cover there. Puts it around into some sandbags. Gets good pinned under Panzer IV. The counterwar for sitting on up. Panzer IV still distracted. Six pounder. Push away forward. He could try to push forward with a heat grenade. Gets a good pen there. Panzer IV is now 2 pens down. 2 more pens and it's done for. Probably should get some repairs. Fallschirmjägers now advance along the flank. Volkswagen STG supporting now. We do have now Vickers inside the garrison, so that's why he destroyed cover there. He got the fresh Vickers. He wanted a bit more clear line of sight around it. Very nice. Great hit there on from the Cromwell onto the Volksgrenadiers and the Fallschirmjägers.
Reporting. Positions ours. Vehicles and infantry are ready to break through.
We have a shoe mine here. Panzer IV has been repaired. Does take a pen there. Pantrix push right forward. I gotta be careful of that shoe mine there on top of. Does get a pen on the Cromwell. The section does get suppressed. Force fire the ground there, misses. That was a good try there. They weren't negative cover, so they would take a bit of damage there. The General is trying to set on up, does not get a shot off there. MG34 slowly being picked apart. The Sturm Pioneers can force back that intersection. We do have a minesweeper out on one of these guys here. Another Panzer IV on the build queue. Vanguard Operations has been selected. Though when it comes to fighting Panzer IVs, regular Cromwells do better than Crocodiles. Crocodiles have more armor, less health. And so the regular Churchills have a lot more health and a good amount of armor still. So they're able to tangle with Panzer IVs better.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Pens are on the Panzer IV with double AT gun. He could go down. See the miss there. Fallschirmjägers get a bit of first strike. Cromwell patrol on the flank. Fallschirmjägers could throw a frangible smoke to protect themselves. Trying to go some crushes there. Other Panzer IV advancing, but it's going to be a little bit exposed to flanking AT gunshots. Prioritized fire turned on the Cromwell. Gets a good pen there on the Panzer IV, who is facing the wrong way. Good hit down those intersection. Cromwell pushing forward, gets good pen, and that Panzer IV is likely going down. Blitz, combat, immersive war speed on the Cromwell. Double bounce there on the Panzer IV. The Kennerwerfer pushing forward, and looks like the Panzer IV will stay alive. Want to be extra safe with it, which is probably a good call, though I think he could have got it. But Cromwell's slowly being picked a little bit there. Misses the intersection, starting to get some suppression there from the MG. And the British player does have a bulletin for 6-pounders. Find some S-mines to plot up some Volksgrenadiers with the heavy fortifications abductional ability. We do have pyrotechnic flare there. First round's going to rain in 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's when they fired. Ocean is pushing forward. Probably trying to interrupt the repairs of the Cromwell. So they're going to find another landmine here and make another 3 models down. Yes, looks like these landmines have been pretty good taking out the 3 Fallschirmjägers models.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it. The Tactical Air Force is sending support. Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Finished, courtesy of the Royal Engineers. Cromwell's ready to roll.
Cromwell gets a good shot on the Volts. Does not fall back immediately, making some good crushes there. Try to go for Panzerfaust. Did get Panzerfaust off, no snare though. Volks are starting to fall back now. Fallschirmjäger's near next to it will also perhaps get crushed. Prelim flew in front of my face. Good pen there. Panzer IV gets a miss there. 3 more pins and that Cromwell will go down. Oh, smoke barrage there from the pyrotechnic squad.
There's a crocodile ready to cause all kinds of havoc.
Sapper there taking a bit of damage. Stun grenades thrown. Good pen there. Oh, that was a pretty good crush. Completely crushed the Sturm Pioneers. He's actually out of Sturm Pioneers. He's going for Mechanized HQ. I think he needs to cancel it, go for Sturm Pioneers first, then the Sheer Panzer Quarters, or the Mechanized HQ. Because right now he has no sort of repairs, which is going to be a bit of a problem. As for straight forward, doing out the Churchill Crocodile straight forward. He has one for Hammer, which gives him access to Comets. More crushes there. Almost wipe out both those squads there. Panzer Horse takes severe damage to double 6-pounder support. Gets a bounce there that could have killed him off. Churchill Crocodile engaging the Kennerwerfer. The Okadim players taking severe losses now. Rolls a miss. Fallschirmjägers push the way forward. Oh, through can bomb without the Kennerwerfer. That's very nice. Mate does not splash the Panzer IV. Does throw a frangible smoke there. But does take a good hit from the main gun, rotating around the flamethrower. Needs the flame from the turret, maybe on prioritized fire. Yep, I think he should turn on prioritize fire. The flamethrower is still auto-target. So you can just simply let the turret fire away, shoot vehicles, and then you can simply micro point through the hull. Good hit there on the intersection. We now have the Volkswagens captured at that point there. At this point in time, Jagdpanzer probably wouldn't be half bad for the Hood, but since has gone for the mechanized HQ, maybe I'm saving up a King Tiger, but I think that would be a little bit too late. In fact, he still haven't built, he still needs repair upgrades, so he still does not have any source for repairs in the field. So yeah, going for the mechanized HQ I believe was the bad call. It slowed him down far too much. Volkswagen especially 4 gets hits on the AT gun. Reverses into the incendiary grenade. That's not good.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
MG-34 goes down.
Good job, chaps. Wireless intercepts put Harry Hun on 200 points.
Ocean Jaegers do fall back. The British player's in a pretty good, strong position there. A lot of tactical blunders and decision errors, I would say, from the OPW player. And we do have just good plays by the British player, particularly if it's Cromo, able to get some good kills there, wipes out a good number of these squads there. The OPW player is sustaining massive losses, some critical losses. He has not repaired HQ, but he needs a Jagdpanzer at this point in time. But I have suspicion he may be just trying to save the King Tiger. Panzer IV will be adequate, but I still say the Jagdpanzer would be the best call. He is just lacking a bit of everything. Shoe mine here does get avoided. Going for a crush. Finds a landmine and wiped out and dropped out of the game. There's a great say. Thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Oh, it ended directly at the 30-minute mark. Oh, here's a fun fact. While the game's loading up a little bit, I want to adjust something over here. Here's a fun fact I recently found out. Apparently, the last time a Sherman tank and a Panzer IV fought each other was in 1967. Perhaps, yeah. But the last time the Sherman and Panzer IV fought against each other, any version of Panzer IV versus any version of the Sherman tank fought against each other was apparently in 1967. Because apparently, Syria bought leftover Panzer IVs from the French. And of course, Israeli was using the Upgun 105 Sherman, Super Sherman. So they were still fighting each other years later. Decades later. Nope. Wait a second, did I do this one last week? Yeah, I believe I did. Need to double check that. Either way, let's go on to a 2v2. Starting 766, so now... Do I see anything suspicious? That should be good. Sorry, give me one more. Just open this. There we go. Not like I missed much, still loading up. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Company Heroes 2 replay. As well on the south side as a blue Wehrmacht player, we got Snake. And the only thing that runs my mind when I hear that is the Badger, 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 Mushroom, Mushroom song. And spawns a yellow OKW player, we got Zubro Killer. And spawn as the magenta US player, we got Demon Una Chella. Spawn as his other US red ally, we got Whiffles, I think. Either way, I got two doctrinal selections. We do have the Festung Armor Doctrine, gives you the up armor Panzer IV, the Panzer IV J, which is actually more closer to H. Panzer Tactician, hold down to go along with his up armored Panzer IVs, Pack 43s, and Railroad Sport Artillery. That's not a half bad doctrine. So you get a pretty good selection. You get a good medium tank, a good supporting buildings for a set medium tank, a Pack 43, which is a pretty nice asset, but a bit situational, and Railroad Artillery if you really want something dead. Like that guy over there. Magenta, or Yellow has gone for the Storm Doctrine, which could allow him to go for Mechanized and then use the Open Blitz truck for a bit of healing. Alternates behind some good heavy cover, while the right squad is on open ground. All guys are fighting. And if he takes out this model there, may interrupt the capture, though this guy, I think it's radius, don't think that guy was, but the other guy did go down. Push forward to a bit of cover. There is a bit of heavy cover. I can't say how effective it is. Looks a bit iffy, but you have another right squad pushing forward to some light cover. It's probably better to focus the guy in light cover, especially when he's advancing way forward. Over here, do you have now Pioneers, Grenadiers, and the MG-30 or 42. Rifle squad slowly advancing forward. They do lost a man. And the OKW player has gone into a bit of a flank there. Rifle squad's overrun this Volksgrenadiers. I'm going to get two models from that Rifleman. Sure, Pioneer's going to hit quite hard. His teammate is advancing forward for MG-42 on the flank. Grenadiers coming forward on that said flank as well. And the MG-42 looks like got stuck on a reload animation there. When our squad does get suppressed. Grenadiers behind some good heavy cover. Reaction squads trying to hit the Grenadiers, not the Pioneers trying to build some wire. Our squad taking a bit of damage, starting to... does recover from the suppression, does fully withdraw though. This drive squad is severely wounded. Does fall back there. Rush squad a little bit outgunned. Rush squad behind some heavy cover. A little bit off the side, but is ripping apart the Shun Pioneer. Rush squad taking some fire there. Does express there. Throws a stun grenade there, which loses Shun Pioneer. So he needlessly lost that squad there. Grenadiers just need to find the heavy cover there and just fire away. But he's trying to save his MG-42 from being flanked, which is quite understandable. Pioneers down here. Grenadiers focus down the Rifleman. That Rifle squad needs to stop pursuing the MG-40. It's probably get wiped on out. So we've got this Rifle squad and rear squad behind some good heavy cover there. More Grenadiers straight forward. And it looks like the red player has now fully came down center and south. Northern flank is completely empty. Grenadiers come for a bit of a flank. This Rifle squad does manage to get a bit suppressed. Kind of push right forward, flanking the MG-42. Rifle squad or Grenadiers just get behind some heavy cover there. Pioneers trying to lay down some more wire. And they're not being focused down, so they're getting some wire down. MG-42 does withdraw in time. Pioneer not taking a bit of damage. Does lay down a bit of wire. Not perfect, but does provide some coverage. Captain attacking the flank. Grenadiers actually pulled out of the cover there, which is not great. Reaction squad falls back, does get wiped out there. Minor victory. Grenadiers falling back, getting a little bit blocked there. Volksgrenadiers push way forward as well. You focus on perhaps the captain, has both the Thompson and Bar. Captain model still up and going. He's right there. Incendiary grenade thrown on the Rifleman. Force back both those squads there. Volksgrenadiers need eye for light cover and fight away against those Riflemen. Yellow can now bring in the Open Blitz truck, would be at least minimum good for as an ambulance, but he is eyeing for a battle group HQ, which so he does not go for mechanize. Which, in my opinion, clearly the better option than going for incendiary barrage is clearly better go for this to go to mechanize. So you can bring in the two Panzer II. Yell's not going for a lag. Stormpioneer has been rebuilt and immediately getting ripped apart. And Barrett will lose it right now. He needs to retreat back. He's about to get wiped out. Managed somehow to scare off two guys there. Entry forward to inside this garrison. Very nice. Who's not going for a 2-2? MG4-2. Looks like he did the yep, he looks like he used reload ability. Manual reload ability. Always nice to see that ability. Lag now being employed in the field.
Our resource sector has been cut off from our supply chain.
Volkswagen pushing for another flank. MG4-2 advancing. Captain getting flanked. And just overran. Smoke grenade fired from the captain. Does get suppressed there. MP4 is popping a pretty close range. The don't speed upgrade of MP4 as well. Molotov thrown by the rifle squad. He has gone for the urban assault company. M15 pushing along the flank. 2-2 could come for a flank. 06 back at home though. Has not been microed forward. Double AA half track on the field. So the US player has gone for a very similar build. They have retained the same fuel consumption. Wait, so the captain throw a smoke grenade. Somehow both the US players went for grenades. 2-2 push along the flank. M15 getting distracted. This double M15 here. Throws a Panzer Tactician. He may need to force fire the ground there. 2-2 is going to force fire the ground. 2-2 does go down. Somehow both US players went for frag grenade. That's not exactly common.
We're taking lead over here.
Frag grenade thrown there. LMG's firing away. Blue needs a Pack 40. Pack 40 has been summoned. And the Okudu player has now gone for double Mechanwarfare, so they have a good amount of AT now in the field, but basically no field control. The Okudu player basically has not touched his half of the map. I think he's going to be just trying to play around the center part there.
Grenadiers back to full strength. Leave some panzers for us.
I don't think the blue Wehrmacht player has deployed on any teller mines to snare any of those M15s. Our squad charging forward. This Grenadier will be overran. Does see a Molotov. This Grenadier needs to fall back to the heavy cover. Does. M15 pushing forward. Hits the Pioneer. Pack 40 needs to set up an angle. This silo, fuel silo, is blocking its angle. MP40 Volks advance onto the M1 AT gun. Grabbing that could be quite nice, though he will have 3 AT weapons at this point in time. At least he will deny it. Also smoke there. Volks Grenadiers probably need to fall back relatively soon. Oh, we do have a Mechanwarfare onto this one. And does manage to snare that one. Chase the M15 into the Mechanwarfers. Can't tell if that was planned or not, but it's simply what has happened. So nice little pick there by the Okudu player. MG42 is starting to get flanked. You have now cover to cover being activated. Pack 4 is trying to run away. One Arc squad falls back. Double frag grenade on the Pack 4 completely misses. Good lag shot down their retreating squads. Blue can now bring in Hall down. which is particularly fun with Oswinds, and you can use the Pack 43 to cover that said Oswin. Jump on his patrol forward. Right now, the Captain of our squad trying to pursue the Kenilworthers.
Enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Grenadiers being a move forward, very good. But getting overran because there's two squads there with weapons.
We must defend our headquarters.
Pioneers and Grenadiers rotating around. The Pioneers at least draw a bit of fire there. Pack 40 may draw a bit of fire as well. Probably pass it to his teammates back with HQ to give it healing and reinforcing. Another Grenadier coming along the flank. Jump Pioneers falling back. Got the repair there. It does go some rifle grenades on the rear echelon. Throws a stun grenade there on the captain. Of course, stun him. The oval volcano warfare is pushed straight forward. I don't get this angle onto the M15. Grenades far away. Holds fire on the M15, trying to escape. Does take a volcano warfare shot. Rifle grenades onto the rifle grenadier. Or rifle rear echelon. Rifle grenade rear echelon. Blah. Rifle squad's pretty fortunate, these grenadiers. Captain taking a bit of damage there. MG42 finds all those units there. Suppressed down to the squads. Oh. Got a lag spike. Makes me wonder if somebody backed out of the game, or maybe the game ended. Sync there. Let's wait a moment. It's usually in case somebody backs out of the game. Either way, I'll need to restart the game if I'm going to start another game up. Yep, I'm just going to call this one end since it's stuck right there. Going to take time, restart the game client to clear out the VRAM cache. I felt a number of lag spikes there. Shame that sort of just got stuck there. While that's booting up, I'm going to use the restroom.
Sega.
My apologies, I'm back. I mostly just did 3v3 with random teammates. I managed to get up to, with random teammates for Veramok and 3v3s, twice I got second highest, rank 2. But overall, I generally, when I sort of stopped playing, I sort of ended with all the factions and 3v3 random teammates in the top 100s. Yep, the VRAM, the memory bleed is always a bit of a problem with Cup Heroes 2. Seems reasonable enough. Granted, also, quite a bit of those hours back when the Cup Heroes 2 had the random drop system, I was one of the people who used the script to get the grind out random drops overnight, over weekends, and all that sort at work. Let's be frank, the random drop system was ass. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another couple Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on top right side as a blue OKW player. We've got Soak Blazin. Spawn as his yellow Vermok or Osh tier ally. We've got Soak Valstarka. Well, I butchered that name well enough. Spawn as their red Soviet opposition. We've got Corbin. And as the magenta British player, we've got 8964. Whatever the hell that means. Those got also just straight up 6 of pen Boltons, making them far more reliable. Nobody selected Doctrine whatsoever, that's pretty uncommon. Volksgrenadier is another one on the build queue, understandable. The Soviet players going for conscripts. Does have tier 2, so it may see a Maxim for maximum firepower. Each section and Stream Pioneers do find each other. Does advance a little bit through the light cover and just running away. On the True Pioneer got a lot of free damage there. Probably just trying to run towards a buddy way over there. At this point in time, just a losing fight, just constantly running away, just taking a lot of free damage there. True Pioneer decides to stop pursuing and just falls back and stays out of range. And now he will not be receiving damage because he's out of range. Yep, sometimes it's a good idea just not to run. Now this squad has to focus on the Shroom Pioneer, continue running. Okay, do have the Vickers here. And the Shroom Pioneers will need to be falling back relatively soon. His Volksgrenadiers are just up here, catching those sectors. Let Shroom Pioneers just be annoying. Ooh, that's a lot of damage onto him. Drops a model there. Another conscript squad after a Maxim. Got Pioneers, Grenadiers, MG42s. Looks like stand build. Another Grenadier. So no Doctrine selection. Spearhead, Jaeger armor, elite troops, all those seem pretty good to me. Pioneers finds the intersection, does interrupt the building. 8964 is a term used. It used to refer in 1989. Union Square, got it. Did not know about that one. I just know that Tiananmen Square definitely did happen. Let's just leave it at that. And now the conscript over here. We got another SWS half track. Okay, June 4th. Trying to figure out what. I see. It's the year, month, day format. Conscripts getting some damage around the MG42. Good flank, managed to overrun. This Grenadier does get suppressed. Flanked by conscripts. Don't think that's a great building there. Conscripts need to continue pursuing that MG42. This Grenadier is basically dead in the water. Conscripts advancing onto it. Pioneers doing a good job of hitting the conscript, getting a lot of free damage there. Pioneers are not great, but if they're literally not getting shot at, they can do some work. Conscript squad falls back, does only lose one model on the MG42. This Grenadier does fall back. I think getting inside this garrison was a bad call. There's only 3 windows aside, and I think maybe one guy may fire that way. Got another guy there. But I don't think that was a good garrison to be inside of. Pioneers got some heavy cover there. Conscripts push right forward. Uras into the Grenadier's minimum range. I think they're trying to go. Yep, we're going straight for the MG42. And the MG42 is quite wounded. The conscript there is taking quite a bit of a beating. And the combatants do fall back. MG42 falls back. Grenadier is actually pretty wounded. If he were to actually close the distance, he should have been perfectly fine there. But keeping on heavy cover is not a bad idea as well. Grenadiers shouldn't be advancing. Conscripts do better at close range than Grenadiers, but they're getting distracted by the Pioneers for a little bit of time. It's a bit of damage. Oh, enjoy. And sorry, been missing quite a bit on the left flank. Conscript squad should be falling back. Maxim still firing away. We got double Vickers spawning field. Infantry sections advancing. Locator players made some great games there. In fact, also The Axis players have no extra income. This cutoff section also was captured. And the Axis players, allies. We got a good amount of damage there. Grenadiers get suppressed. Conscripts are wounded. Not a good garrison for Grenadiers. Only one window is firing, so stay out of it. M242 trying to push away forward. Maxim got caught reloading while the M242 set on up without being hit. So got distracted by the conscript squad there. Looks like the Grenadiers are still getting hit there, so M242 will get some good AoE suppression there. And conscript over here could try to go for a bit of flank. They are Uroring forward for another flank. A lot of aggressive Uroring, and they all been pretty good. Molotov thrown. Oh, splashes the retreating back squad. That was probably a happy accident. I guess Bob Ross would be proud. Good flame burst there on the Grenadiers. Oh, we got two doctrine selections. We do now have the Special Weapons Regiment, relatively rare Doctrine C nowadays. And we got the Jaeger Armor Doctrine. A good team doctrine, because Elephants of War is quite nice. Of course, you do have access to the Spotting Scopes, which is a very good upgrade. Still have access to Regal AT Mines. Reconnaissance Overflight is always a good ability. And of course, get some extra utility. I'm sure Spokes keep on back. The British players are going to regain some ground. Looks like Blue selected Doctrine now. Got Luftwaffe ground forces. Pretty much a staple doctrine nowadays. Particularly for the Lord and Fortune Makers. Two primary abilities there. Though Valiant Assault's still a pretty good ability. Smoke bombs are always quite useful. And Heavy Fortifications, surprisingly enough, is the weakest part of this doctrine. But still can be very useful for those who actually utilize those said fortifications. Folks seriously now, S Mines is a very good ability. And just machine gun bunkers always can be quite nice. Black emplacements, not so much. Trying to overrun the leg. He will get some good damage onto it. He may not be able to get it. I hear the 2-2 firing away. Conscripts falling back. 2-2 hitting the Vickers, forcing him back. Lag firing a shot to get somewhere. Needs to keep on falling back. Intercession supposed to be forward. Lag rolls a miss. Also needs to do fully withdrawal there as well. And now Red selected Doctrine as well. Shock Mortar Heavy Tactics. You get Shock Troops and ISU 152s. And it's conscript repairs, which can be nice to have. Detection armored vehicle detection. I think is actually ability I don't think I ever used in multiplayer. Because I think it's like 15 seconds of a poor man's Partisan's Tactics ability. What is it called? I don't know why I'm having trouble remembering that name. And plus, it's just, yeah, a lot of, yeah, the description of this actually never got properly updated. It says vehicle crews can track armor. Originally, it's meant for only your vehicles to spot other vehicles. But it says in the detection, infantry can detect vehicles. It's not even a global one. It's the only thing that's near your own infantry. Folks Rangers behind a good heavy cover. Able to hit some of these conscripts. His teammate has some support. Heavy cover there already exists and does immolate the sandbags. Conscripts move all the way forward, eyeing for AT grenade. Conscripts not behind heavy cover. Those heavy covers are already going down. Victor's firing away. There's actually a lot of targets in front of him, so possibly some good suppression, but so far nothing at the moment. Grenadier is falling back there. We do have conscript shock troops moving forward. Smoke grenade there. Everything suppressed. So it's not going great. Section straightforward. Conscript squad needs to fall back too soon. He may have forgotten about them since he's probably too busy marking around the right side of the map. That conscript squad did get wiped on out. Intersection in a nice firing line, like the red coats tend to do. And the sapper there does a bit of fire there. Conscripts falling back. Something got immolated. Shock troops are still pretty heavy. Charging way forward. Force back some grenadiers. Got a mortar and pack 40 here. Good 2 is able to force back the shock troops, though can receive a bit of damage there since it's a high rate of fire SMG unit. Though it's not exactly great to use shock troops versus the 2-2. Except when they get suppressed by MG42. Maxim set on up, M242 sitting on up as well, but they're going to be out of vision range, even though they will be in weapons range. 2-2 rotating around. 2-2 advancing. We'll have a nice backboard there for his autocannon rounds to do some good splash damage. Since they are a projectile weapon. Conscripts do have access to AT grenades, who are on the way forward. Now got a squad of fortune makers being para-dropped on in somewhere. Conscripts behind some good heavy cover. Not all the guys are firing. Looks like only 9 of the guys are firing. Mortar? Surprisingly enough, I thought that would do more damage. It laid right in the middle of everything. Mortars are still affected by, or not affected by, heavy cover. I don't know how to put it. The damage, 50% they do 50% less damage. Most high explosive weapons do still get affected by heavy cover's 50% damage resistance. Or at least that's what the cover tables establish. Weapons that don't get affected by it is like some rock artillery, like the Stuksafoos, if I remember correctly. That's why they nuke units in heavy cover. We do have some Vickers K intersections put up by the resupply half track. Resupply half track horse is M3, so it does a 5 firing slot, so you can put a unit at the back of it and have all 5 guys firing. And those same 5 guys will eventually open up a 5 guys restaurant. Shock Troops 54, landmine does not get fully built, but it's not being cancelled. It is a teller mine, so it wouldn't stop the Shock Troops either way. Oh, the S mines, however, would. I missed those. So did the Soviet player. Conscripts taking some damage here. Will probably get wiped on out there. Mortar range a little bit far. Conscripts gets wiped out. T-70 firing away. Got the Vickers K units firing away. T-70's hitting a lot of stuff in between him and his target. Hijack does connect onto the T-70. Hidden by the Minesweeper icon. Maxim set up there. Grenadiers come to our flank onto the Maxim. 2-2 is just going to overrun the Maxim. And does packing up and will go overrun. Fallschirmjägers engaged in the Piet squad, who used destroyed cover there. Interesting. Lag. Getting. Oh, that was a wipe. Even drops of Vickers. This Fallschirmjäger here could, not Fallschirmjäger, Volksgrenadiers could pick it up. Fallschirmjägers cannot pick it up since they have their upgrade. But that unupgraded Volksgrenadiers could pick it up and have a relatively unique asset. I have no idea how effective Volksgrenadiers are with a Vickers K. It's such a rare thing to see. Piet squad, Piet Tank Hunter squad upgraded and replaced the Boys ATs with Piets. Volksgrenadiers flanking the Vickers, not Vickers K, but the regular Vickers, so they have to go through the Vickers to get to the Vickers K. Get those guys, pick up that. Oh wait, no, he's upgrading STGs. Cancel that and pick up the Vickers. Unless the Schumpeiters can pick it up. The Schumpeiters can pick it up. I think it'd be better for the Volks. Yeah, probably much better for Volks. Plus, when the Schumpeiter has already a Panzerstrike upgrade, so it's not really going to be anti-infantry. So I think that's a missed opportunity. Shock Troops overrunning the Grenadiers, but we'll take a bit of damage there. Plus, it's a backboard for the 2-2's autocannon. If it didn't also hit some stuff in the front. Conscripts are on the way forward. We do have there's the M3. You can mount up one of these guys in the back of it, plus get a bit of health regen, since he does still retain the onboard medical supplies ability. That's available to many half-tracks. Conscripts decapturing Central VP. Spotting scopes on that 2-2. Mortar gets a direct hit there. Almost wipes the squad there. Good squads to be wiped out. Panzer forward point of view. Oh, that T-70. Found a couple Pack 40s and the Panzer IV, so it quickly went on down. Maxim needs to fall back. Piet's sappers retreat forward. Not an anti-tank intersection, tank hunter section. Good hits there. Piet, heat grenade being casted. Guarantees a kill there. 6-pounder connects onto the Panzer IV. Flamethrower firing away. We do have a mortar placement going on up. Let's see. No hammer, no anvil. Probably needs to get out Firefly for his first vehicle, or first tank. Pickers take some fire there. Valiant Assault activated for the Fallschirmjäger player. Red. What does Red have? Not a whole lot either. Has not teched up again. At this point in time, he may need to go from SU-76. The Allies are not in a good position. Maybe instead of going for that mortar pit, probably should have gone for some fuel caches. Yeah, probably should have gone for a fuel cache. Good pen there in the Panzer IV. Does have a lot of 6-pounder bulletins, so should be pretty reliable. Or far more reliable, not say pretty reliable, because you could never say something's reliable, super reliable, without eating crow. Brumbar does take a couple pens there. Fallschirmjägers do take a bit of hits there. Fallschirmjägers maybe want to crawl into that slit trench. Fallschirmjägers do get inside, but they do get fully pinned beforehand. Incendiary grenade onto these units, take a bit of damage there. With the amount of support weapons in the field, I think they need to start eyeing for some indirects. We do have a Brumbar on the field for yellow, so maybe it would have been a better idea to go for Panzer War first. As much as I love the Brumbar, with the amount of support weapons, Panzer War probably would have been a better option. Panzer IV does take a pen there. The Okada player could eye for a Suxafus, or no, not really. Doesn't have a mechanized HQ. Have to get that point in the field, then probably he will still have enough for a Suxafus, but no SUS half-track on the field at the moment. We got Maxim 2 6-pounders going for a half-track, an M5 half-track. Magenta has 2 Vickers and 6-pounders as well, so they have, and not to mention more places, so a good number of static weapons. Panzer Warfare has been put on the field. Does rain over here. Does go Flamer Engineer. Very nice. When it comes to Panzer Warfare, you don't want to take max range barrages. Close range barrages do have their inherent risk, but I think mid range barrages are generally the best when it comes to Panzer Warfares. Great shot there onto the infantry section. Tank Hunter. Panzer IV is still being repaired up quite nicely. Force back those squads there. The cover for rolls a miss on the M3. Right there onto the M3. This barrage into the Kenner Warfare rolls a miss. Next shot could be used for a good hit. Rolls a miss there. Panzer IV blitzes his way forward in between the AT guns. Prioritize fire was not turned on. And still not turned on. Taking on one AT gun. 6-pounder does get hit there. This gun does go down. Couple pens there. Many pens there, but should they escape on out of there? So not taking out that this gun would probably mean it would have been fully wiped out. Brumbar has prioritized fire or hold the fire turned on. Good hit there, but needs to fall back, taking a bit of a beating there. This gun does get you through there. AT grenade connects, he can still withstand one pen. Does take a pen there. And does go down, fully destroys the weapon, splashes the retreating back squad as well. The rifle grenade does take him out, smoke bombs there. Soviet player has largely nothing left. Most grenades trying forward, trying to get a Panzerfaust off, and we'll get a Panzerfaust off.
We must hold the enemy. We are down to our last 25 points.
Panzer Barrage off cooldown, and looks like the Axis players are going to win imminently. There's nothing to threaten 2 VPs, let alone even 1. Panzer Barrage raining on in.
Enemy can taste defeat. They only have 10 points remaining.
4 VPs. 1. And a nearly flawless game. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. That was not really a great replay. Let's try to find... I have probably time for one more replay for tonight. Hopefully it'll be a good one. Not that button. Spectate. Let's see now. Yeah, that one's... I'm always suspicious about that. This one hopefully is good. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Company Heroes 2 replays. Well, on top left side is the Blue Soviets. Got Happy Valley 21, probably butchered that name well enough, who's gone for the NKVD Rifle Disruption Tactics. Spawn as the Yellow Soviet player, got Kohanoid, probably butchered that name well enough. Spawn as the Red OKW player, who selected the Grand Offensive Doctrine, we have Moto Bomb. Spawn as the Magenta Austria player. We got Raider. Why is my phone ringing? Potential spam. I hate that guy. I don't know. I have like potential spam stuff automatically blocked, but that was like high risk. Definitely gonna be spam. I hate that guy. Potential spam or scam likely. Constantly calling you. Oh, we got a Penal Squad opener, so it looks like Blue's going for a tier... Both of these Soviet players are going for tier 1 openers. Looks like both of them has gone for a single combat engineer into Penals, which I usually like to go for double combat engineer opener when it comes to tier 1 openers. Looks like Blue's signed for an M3. Does capture this cutoff sector, just delay his opponent a little bit even further. Combat engineer is going inside the garrison. He knows any of the center of the map. Panzer Fusiliers in the build queue for red. He has, of course, gone for the Grand Offensive. We do have, of course, the NKV Rifle Disruption. Could see Armored Assault Tactics, Motorized Support Tactics, and Defensive Community Tactics. I think these two, the ISU-152 and IS-2 will probably be best on this map. And the Magenta could go for Jaeger Armor. Good doctrine for this map. Spearheads, get the Tiger Tank. It's a good doctrine in general. And Storm Doctrine, which can be quite nice, but since both opponents gone for tier 1, which means less targets for static weapons, means less targets for F-18, so maybe not Storm. Penal Squad engaging the Sturm Pioneers. Does spot the M3. Sturm Pioneers taking a bit of a beating. Panzer Fusiliers do have an early anti-tank rifle grenade, unlike Volk's Grenadiers. Pino Squad does get behind some good heavy there. Heavy and the M240 is far away. Pioneer does fall back. Grenadiers in the center, force back the Penal Squad, getting double teamed there. And Guvagon hitting the center to capture the VP. Grenadiers can push way forward, get some good combat on in. M3, those appears to be 0 points of damage so far. Penal Squad heading down south. Transfusers push right forward, getting a bit of damage on that M3. He does get a burst there onto that Transfusilier. Panzerfaust connects. Grenadiers push the way forward. That screams to me rifle grenade, but of course, no battle phase 1 just yet. Focusing down quite nicely. This cutoff sector will deny the munitions and fuel sector, so very good cutoff. Though, actually, against the flamethrower, being in the ground is not too half bad, though the bolt action rifle is still not bad. Penal Squad pushing forward does hit some of these guys in negative cover, which is not good for the Wehrmacht player. On the counterpart, Yellow's doing the exact same thing what they're doing to their opponents, getting some cutoff sectors. So both players, all players have very low income. Rifle grenade fired. Oh, down here hits the Penal Squad. H42 hits the Flame Engineers, who's trying to wire off that region. And I think he was successful, though maybe traverse me there. I am honestly not sure, though could just simply go around this way. Flame Engineers do fall back. Building tier 2 now. Penal Squad trying to get inside the garrison. 4 windows this side. Grenadiers do take a bit of damage.
We are losing a sector.
Penal Squad inside this garrison. Not really a great garrison fire from, though I suppose 4 windows is okay. Though it's definitely a weird position to be defending from. Grenadiers and Panzerfusiliers push way forward. Kubelwagen does fall back. There's a tide of German troops here. LMG deploy in the field.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
M3 deployed there, has overdrive activated there. Could you go for anti-tank rifle grenade from this Panzerfusilier? The anti-tank rifle grenade was casted from this one. The other one did not get casted, but was pre-packed. He would have finished, he would have got the kill. Oh, Kubelwagen goes down. Penal Squad push forward, flanks the MG42. 2-2 push right forward, hitting that Penal Squad. Destroy some cover there. Penal Squad getting knocked around. Grenadiers hitting this Penal Squad there. Rifle grenade fire, close range, a little late response, but quick enough. Flame Engineers push the way forward. Some of the Penal Squads may need to get some PTRSs. We do now have the Komazar deployed in the field. Grenadier Squad does fall back. M42 now deployed in the field. Light AT gun. He has gone for defensive community tactics, which I think was the worst of the 3 options for him. Does camouflage there. Has losers push forward. Red has hold on the field. Has battle group HQ being upgraded now. May go straight for the Shearpan's quarters. They will see the Komazar, they will see the M42, so they should know they don't have to worry about any sort of loiter for anti-air needs. Not sure if they had any doctrines that required to provide that. Panzerfusiliers push way forward, eyeing for some heavy cover now. Does get a shot there onto the 222, but the M42 is not high damaging. It's what, 80 damage, which is actually really not good. It's only really effective versus light vehicles and occasionally useful against Austrian transporters when in pairs. That's 80 damage or 100, and that's probably 120. As we starting to get overran, engineers can afford some penals. We're now the PTRS penals dismounting right there, trying to hit that 2-2. 2-2 drives forward, which is safer direction, I guess. Pioneers needs to fall back. Pioneers will get wiped on out. Penals does not cast the AT satchel charge. I think they were close enough range. M3 has gone down. M42 gets wiped on out. Grenadiers will not be able to secure it. Penal PTRS does hit the 2-2. Penals of Commissar may take out another Grenadier. A couple Grenadiers there. Smoke barrage there. Does lose the Grenadier. Penals are just overrunning their opponents. Got a flak and place him here out of position. Does take out the 2-2 there with the PTRS Penals. Does have a frag grenade there. Sort of eats. Oh no, he's a stun grenade and sort of eats himself. Grenade there on the Shun Pioneers. G43 Panzer is pretty forward. Ripping apart the Penals. Looks on the officer. Officer slowly quickly going on down. Everything's falling back there. There's the sandbags there. This penal squad there may fall back. Dishka push way forward. Help lock down the cutoff sector, which is going to be very useful. Penal squad throws a satchel charge there. I thought it would be a good time for it as well. Destroys sandbags, but nothing much there. But does not heavy cover, so the dish can keep this sector locked down. Landmine detonator. The Muslim lay down landmine, and the flak half track does destroy it when it's trying to hit that comp engineer. M42 does get a good shot there on the flak half track. Dishka falls back. M42 does hit that Grenadier. Engineers do fall back.
Commanders are now on standby for field operations.
Flank it! It's ZMG from the side! Our center is collapsing!
Penal squad has a good heavy cover. Flame engineers advancing up north. Sector's just being catching up. Flak half track getting repaired. This obvious half track deployed up by red. Magenta's for replacing a Pioneer. Does go for mortar half track, has like the Spearhead Doctrine, so all players that suck that Doctrine. Grenadiers getting a little bit immolated. And they're just gonna fall back there. Grenadiers are quite wounded. Flak half track trying to push way forward. Mortar half track does roll a miss. The M42 saving the flak half track from pain.
The sector is at risk.
Got these forces push way forward. Good and tight of them. ACB's half track has not been deployed in the field. Looks like just got enough for the sheer panzer quarters. Flamethrower, grenade, Shun Pioneer's going to explode. Landmine there could get a good hit. Looks like the Commissar will detonate it. Getting plinked down a little bit from multiple sources. Infantry falling back. Mortar half track's falling fall back as well. This mortar half track is going to take a bit of a beating there. Grenadiers push forward. As Vosers engage the Penals, force them back. Max them here. Needs to build a frag grenade there. It's on negative cover, so we'll take the bonus damage. Force retreat somewhere, or propaganda. Fear power or artillery. Let's wipe him out. Very late grenade there. Will perhaps grab himself a free Maxim. Or Dishka, I should say. Oh no, that is a Maxim. So one of the players have actually side-tech to a Maxim. Interesting. The player that has Dishka's also got a Maxim on the field for some odd reason. Okay. Mortar hits Dishka. MP42, Captain MP42 does get pinned. Captain Maxim falls back. This will just come for a nice little flank. But is there on the Dishka from the mortar half track? Also, our Panzer do fall back. Our Flame Engineers push right forward. We'll find the Pioneers. Grenadiers, however, will start hitting those Comm Engineers no problem. Especially one of those Comm Engineers quite nicely. And the Black Half Trucks are set on up to engage the Comm Engineers. Drone Pioneers capture that sector. We do now have the Comm Engineers capturing up that VP. T-34-76 on the build queue. Drone Pioneers push forward. They do put away the mine super, gains good damage. They're pretty spread out, so not taking bonus damage. Don't go into cover versus flamethrower because you stack up and get splash damage. Does get plaque detonated, but decides not to die there. That rare bug, because that pack detonation only can happen when you drop the weapon, so somehow it just simply does not die.
The command half track has been converted to the headquarters building.
T-76 push way forward. Does start to fall back there. You can see here the flamethrower did get de-equipped, so he has to re-upgrade it. I don't know exactly what causes that issue. The pack detonation doesn't actually outright kill the squad, but it requires a drop action, requiring the model to die for that to happen. So it was at 0 health, but gets a pack detonation rather than a death crit. So maybe that's what happened there, a random crit issue. T-34-76 free forward. Grenadiers sort of getting corralled a little bit there. Doesn't look like... Oh, got some Panzerfaust for being fired now. We see some crushes. Only one Panzerfaust connects. All of Magento's forces falling back there. Being hit by a double T-34-76, which can be very difficult to deal with. Magenta has enough for a Panzer IV. Well, I mean, it does not even have Battle Phase 2 research, so it does not have enough for a Panzer IV. Your Panzer IV is firing away. Good grenade detonation there. Does go for Battle Phase 2 now as well. Needs another Pack 40 versus these T-34s and 6s. Though there is a Pack 40 that got decrewed, not getting hit by a M42. Smoke run there, which could help save that Pack 40 from going down.
The enemy is gaining a foothold. We are down to 300 points.
Satchel charge there from the Drone Pioneers. Head Wizards does pick up the Pack 40, falls back. Gunner needs to rotate around. Takes a damage there. Does decrew one. The other one was in heavy covers, negative cover, so did take a bit of damage there. Pack 40 on the flank does get a good hit there. Poor movement there by the tank there, getting hit by multiple sources. Would like to go down to the poor movement control. Penal squads for 4 does find a good blob of Grenadiers. Good mortar hit there on the Penals. Black capture push way forward. Looks like Pioneer's trying to repair it. Not Six, Cheer transporters gain space on the T-34-76. Commandeers straightforward, but kind of what has been recruited. We got a good pin there from the M42 onto the flat cap track. Received a miss there though. Additional getting hit by the Grenadiers. 2 are suppressed, one's not suppressed at the moment. And may get Death Loop. Good mortar hit there on the Flamer Engineers. Ripping apart as they advance. And Blue's going for a T-485, which is actually at this point in time not a good idea. Their opponents are nowhere near enough for a medium tank. So yeah, I think another T-476 would be better than the Su-85. Blue could also actually eye for a KV-8. That's actually a possibility that a KV-8 would be very useful. I understand going for Su-85 since he is lacking proper AT, which will round out his composition, but right now, that's not needed. T-476 is the way to go. Plus, it does complement the anti-tank Overwatch a little bit better for the RAM. Not to mention, his teammate could also bring some anti-tank Overwatch, so it could complement if he were to ram something. Additionally, an anti-tank Overwatch could complement an anti-tank Overwatch in case he wants to ram something. Handsboozers to take a bit of a hit there. Yellow has a Katusha on the field, no T-476 on the field, or build queue. He has gone for armor bolt in T-476, which is actually not that useful. I don't think the armor is high enough that would make any sort of difference. And it looks like the Explorers have resigned. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay. As I mentioned beforehand, that shall be my last replay for tonight, so